Wildcast.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Whenever you're watching this, thank you for tuning into Wildcast. I'm Michael Hernandez.
And I'm Toby Schmidt.
Democratic presidential candidate Bernie Sanders stopped in Tucson on Friday for a political rally at Reed Park. Congressman Raul Grijalva was present to introduce the Vermont senator. Sanders spoke on issues relevant to Arizona, including immigration, the economy, and college education, which he wants to make free for those who cannot afford it.
It makes sense to invest in education and jobs rather than jail. Our job is to capture the best intellects that we can and to say to young people, you can't get the education because your families lack the money is totally absurd. Totally absurd.
Sanders was the first candidate to visit Tucson for the 2016 campaign, and only the second candidate to visit southern Arizona after Republican candidate Ben Carson visited Cochise County back in August. Sanders will be part of CNN's Democratic presidential debate on Tuesday night beginning at 5:30 p.m. Arizona time.
College is all about making the most of things. If you're a University of Arizona employee, however, you may not be making the most of all the benefits available to you. The U of A is hosting a Campus Resource Expo this Wednesday at 11 a.m. in the Student Union's South Ballroom. Faculty and staff will be able to learn about special discounts, maximizing the benefits, and professional opportunities available.
Sometimes it's difficult to eat healthy, especially in college. In order to help students make better decisions, the U of A is hosting a food day fair on the mall this Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Hosted by organizations including the UA Campus Pantry and Campus Health, the goal of Food Day is to celebrate food that is not just healthy, but to promote healthier diets and sustainable farming. Tasty activities and resources will be available, as well as food can structures, known as Canstructions, made by UA clubs and Greek Life that the public can vote on, with the winning group donating to charity.
Speaking of fairs, the Study Abroad Fair provided students with information about various programs in countries all over the world. Wildcast reporter Sheridan Fiddleman visited the fair and has more about the opportunities available.
The University of Arizona hosted their first Study Abroad Fair of the semester. Students had the opportunity to learn all about study abroad programs in one location. Staff, alumni, and exchange students were there to answer all their questions.
And I went to Costa Rica this summer. I would encourage everyone to do some sort of study abroad if you have the opportunity, because it helps you learn about new places and new people, be comfortable with other cultures, and just grow as a person a lot.
The UA Study Abroad Global Initiative advises opportunities expressing UA's core mission elements of opportunities.
The Study Abroad program has many different options for students, such as semester, winter, or even summer-long programs. So you're sure to find a program that fits your needs and wants.
There's plenty of financial aid available. And to find the estimated cost for your program, use the program search tool on the website.
You can do internships, you can do the social service, so you name it.
With over 150 programs in 60 different countries, you get to decide where your classroom is. Reporting at the University of Arizona for Wildcast, I'm Sheridan Fiddleman.
Well, it's 2015, but Tucson still seems to be stuck in the 90s, temperature-wise, that is. Weather reporter Virginia Beamer couldn't make it tonight, but Michael Polite will give you this week's forecast after the break. Plus, find out how you can show off your alter ego. Stick with us. You're watching UATV.
Welcome to Wildcast. I'm Toby Schmidt.
And I'm Michael Hernandez.
Welcome to Wildcast. I'm Sarina Navarrete.
And I'm Danielle Karp.
Welcome to Wildcast. I'm Max.
And I'm Jackie Kent. Welcome to Wildcast.
Welcome to another edition of Wildcast.
Welcome back to Wildcast. Do you have a wild side to you? If you're looking for a way to let loose, you may be interested in a project a U of A photography student is working on. Wildcast reporter Kendra Hall learned how people have been getting in touch with their alter egos.
U of A photography student Josh Nistis is working on a photography project to draw Tucson together as a community through their alter egos.
I'm currently trying to get 260 people to be a part of it, and why I'm doing 260 people is to try to get 260 people plus 2 photos each is 520 photos in. Tucson's area code is 520. What I'm trying to do with so many people is actually have a community of people, not just a group of people. Count 3. 1, 2, 3.
Each person gets photographed in their normal self and then as their alter ego.
Alter ego is named Melfia, and she is a warrior woman.
My alter ego is Scarletta Sparkle, and she is a burlesque dancer.
My alter ego, his name is Havoc. He's the one that stands up for me, essentially, and he's a tough character. He's fierce, he's strong-willed, and a hell of a guitar player.
I'm trying to get so many people in there, and it's not just like a certain type of people, it's for anybody over the age of 18. So I'm even looking to get like grandparents in there, anybody that can show 2 different sides of themselves, because everybody does have alter ego.
Love it.
Is that good?
Yeah.
All right, and then headshot. 1, 2, 3.
Josh still needs 137 people to complete his alter ego project. Reporting live from the University of Arizona for Wildcast, I'm Kendra Hall.
It's a disease that's rarely talked about, but 1 in every 200 people suffer from ulcerative colitis, more commonly known as Crohn's disease, which affects nearly 6 million Americans. Last week, people gathered at Brandy Fenton Memorial Park for the 2015 Take Steps for Crohn's and Colitis fundraiser. Around 100 people showed up to walk and raise money to fight the disease. A guest of honor with Crohn's disease spoke about the importance of promoting awareness.
Since there's a huge spectrum of the disease, people have different ways to treating it, and I think that's the most important thing for people to learn, that it can't just be solved with diet, that there are some people with a more aggressive type like me who need medications.
Those walking had their own unique reasons, including a high school teacher who had his students show up for moral support.
Well, a lot of fun, and also just knowing that we're doing something good to help a cause that has really affected my life quite a bit.
The money raised will be going toward further research, patient education, and funding for a camp for children with inflammatory bowel disease.
He may be too old for some of our audience, but longtime pop crooner Tony Bennett made a trip to the Old Pueblo this weekend for a show at Centennial Hall as a part of UA Presents season opener. Wildcast reporter Lexi Oakley attended the show and caught the crowd's reaction.
Tony Bennett wowed crowds Friday at the University of Arizona season opener.
Oh, we come down here all the time. We love it.
And it's a big deal that he came here, yes, instead of someplace else. But I think it's fitting that he came here because this is such a beautiful campus and a wonderful venue.
Audience members enjoyed classics like I Left My Heart in San Francisco and Fly Me to the Moon.
Oh, who doesn't love Tony Bennett? I love his crooning, I love his musical talent, and he's also a great painter. He does beautiful painting. And I first saw Tony Bennett when I was in my teens. He was coming out of a deli, and I was so amazed. I said, Tony. He says, yes, that's my name. I couldn't say anything else. I was in awe. But I
I'm a huge fan of him. I've been listening to him for years, along with the entire Rat Pack. And I love this kind of music, even though it's so old school.
From Centennial Hall, reporting for UATV, this is Alexis Oakley.
Well, we're almost halfway through October. I'm not feeling any colder. How about you, Toby?
No, I wish.
The only one that I trust to give me an explanation about what's going on with our weather is weather analyst Michael Polite. Michael, can you help us out?
I think I can help you out, Michael. Like he said before, Virginia Beamer will not be with us today, but that has given me the opportunity to spend our first day here doing a little weather and chill. Now, starting with Monday, we have a little roller coaster of a ride. Monday is high of 82 degrees, low of 70 degrees, mild sunny. So you're only going to see a little bit of sun, not too much. Starting on Tuesday, a high of 93 degrees and a low of 64, mostly sunny. So what you didn't see on Monday, you're going to see on Tuesday. Now on Wednesday, we reached the peak of that roller coaster at high of 97, low of 70 degrees, mostly cloudy, so the shade will be abundant. On Thursday, we have a high of 93, a low of 70 again, sunny once again, so you and the sun can have another meet and greet. Finishing off our week with Friday, high of 86, low of 64. It's going to be sunny, but with a chance of thunder. Now, that concludes our first date. I hope we get to do it again. Back to you, Toby and Michael.
Thank you so much, Michael. Excellent forecast. Truly excellent. U of A football bounced back this week and just in time for family weekend in their win against Oregon State. We'll have a recap of the game and much more coming up next in sports.
Hi, David Hasselhoff, the Hoff. Get Hoff with UATV. Stay tuned. Don't change the dial.
People may tune out someone they see on a median trying to sell newspapers.
Those extra few hours of having to swipe your cat card to get in at night might be keeping non-U of A students out of the library.
And while some are traveling to Mexico for cheaper gas, others are forced to pay those high prices at the pump.
Students and parents are always invited to come cheer on the Wildcats.
We'll see you back here next week for another edition of Wildcast.
The Cats certainly put on a show for the home crowd in their 44-7 win against the Beavers. Danielle Fork is here for an update and much more on This Week in Arizona Athletics. Danielle?
Arizona football definitely put on a good show for Family Weekend this past Saturday. As she said, they defeated Oregon State 44-7. Anu Solomon was back at quarterback after sitting out one game for a concussion. He completed 17 of 30 passes for 276 yards. Orlando Bradford scored 3 touchdowns for the Wildcats, and Nick Wilson, the Pac-12's leading rusher entering the weekend, scored twice. Arizona football heads to Colorado this weekend. Arizona men and women's cross country both brought home a first-place finish from the U of A cross-country twilight competition on Friday. The men ran 4 miles while the women ran 3. Collins Kibbitt led the men's team with a second-place finish and a time of 20 minutes and 52 seconds. Molly Callahan finished first for the women's team with a time of 17 minutes and 52 seconds. Cross country heads to Louisville, Kentucky on October 17th for the pre-nationals tournament. Good luck to them. On Friday night, Wildcat Volleyball defeated Washington State in 5 tough matches. Panina Snuka earned her 1,000th dig for the Wildcats, only 10 days after earning her 3,000th career assist. Lauren Lawson also had a career-high 22 digs. The Cats head to Los Angeles this weekend to face UCLA and USC. Arizona soccer suffered 2 losses to UCLA and USC this weekend. UCLA defeated the Cats 5-1, while USC earned a 3-1 victory. The Wildcats are back in action on Friday as they travel to Pullman, Washington to face the Washington State Cougars. That's all for sports. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Danielle, and thanks for watching our show tonight. Before we head out, we want to give a big congratulations to one of our UATV reporters, Sheridan Fiddleman, for becoming the big winner on The Price is Right. Congrats. If you can't get enough of us, you can watch past episodes on our YouTube channel, UATV CH3.
And if you've made it this far, be sure, after you're done watching, go log in to Facebook, type in UATV, and give us a like. You'll be glad you did. Stay tuned. We'll see you next week for another edition of Wildcast. Good night.